This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome once again to Highclimber Field on the campus of Shelton High School, as the Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, provides yet another broadcast of high school spring sports. Today, it's South Sound Conference baseball, with the Shelton Highclimbers hosting the Gig Harbor Tides. I'm Dietrich Allen, and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. Highclimbers come into the game with a 6-1 overall record to 2-1 in the SSC. The Tides are 3-3 on the season, 1-2 in the conference. Shelton and Gig Harbor played yesterday, with the Climbers winning 8-4 behind the bats of Falcon Johnson, Brendan Ingstrom, Max Johnson, and Caleb Hitzman, and the arm of Brendan Ingstrom. Coming up on the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show, we have lineups and the first pitch. It's South Sound Conference baseball. The Gig Harbor Tides at the Shelton Highclimbers, next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. On Monday, the Shelton-Mason County Chamber of Commerce, Hood Canal Communications, and Mason Web TV are holding a candidates debate at Olympic Middle School. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast the debate live beginning at 6 p.m. That's the Shelton City Council General Election Candidates Debate, 6 p.m. Monday, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I'm Deputy Steiner with the Grace Harbor County Sheriff's Office. Washington's new distracted driving law is now in effect. This new law significantly changes how you can use your cell phone while driving. Here's what you need to know.
It is now illegal to hold your cell phone while driving, even when stopped in traffic or at a traffic light. This law includes all electronic devices, such as cell phones, tablets, laptops, and video games. No typing messages or accessing information. No watching videos or using the camera. You can use your device if you are hands-free and can start use by a single touch or finger swipe, if you are parked or out of the flow of traffic, or contacting emergency services. With this new law, you will need to start GPS or music before you drive. The fine for a cell phone violation is $136, $234 for the second offense, and these tickets will now be reported to insurance companies.
We see firsthand the results of distracted driving. Focusing on the road instead of your phone will save lives and reduce serious injuries.
On the road, off the phone. It's the law. For more information, visit wadrivetozero.com.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
And welcome back to Highclimber Ball Field. Highclimbers in the Gig Harbor Tides coming up with Game 2 of their season series, right here. Again, the Highclimbers took the first one yesterday, 8-4. The Tide like to get even. Well, let's to start out with the batting order for Gig Harbor. Jordan Hayworth leads things off. He will be playing at shortstop. No, actually, he'll be playing second base this afternoon. Kyron Peterson follows. Oops. He's out in center field today. Austin Dippy Wolf is the pitcher for the Tide. He's in the 3-hole. Chad Sorensen, he's playing shortstop. Let's see, Cole Smith is next. He's at second base. Ike Simler is in left field. Sebastian Taglia is out in left field, and Max Kind, the designated hitter, will be batting 8th, and 9th is Brody Tisch, the first baseman. Catcher, I think it's Deshona. I'm not sure. I didn't quite write it down accurately on my my sheet, and he's the catcher. For the Highclimbers, leading things off, Wade Smotherman, left fielder. Caleb Hitzman is batting second at first base. Brendan Engstrom, shortstop, third. Falcon Johnson will be over at third. He'll be batting fourth. Trey Denning is out right field, followed by Matt Osberg, the catcher. Max Johnson will be on the mound this afternoon. And Ty Smotherman, second base, and Zach Junker out there in center field this afternoon. So those are your starting lineups. We'll be back with first pitch, hopefully, as they had to move the markings a little later. Somebody set them up a little bit off. But we'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and this is the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. Tomorrow night, the League of Women Voters of Mason County is holding a speed dating candidates forum in the PUD3 auditorium. Each candidate will answer questions directly from a table full of voters and then move to another table and answer their questions. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast this speed dating forum live beginning at 6:30. That's the Shelton City Council General Election Speed Dating Candidates Forum, 6:30 tomorrow night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the 4th Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
Handshakes all around of the national anthem, and we're ready to play some ball as soon as we get some warm-ups in. Now we're going to be Max Johnson out on the mound for the Highclimbers this afternoon. Turn that down a little bit. And against the Gig Harbor Tide, the team they beat them 8-4 yesterday. They beat, I should say. And again, it'll be Hayworth, Peterson, and Dimpy Wolf. due up to start this game out, and we're going to have some warm-up pitches. We'll take another break. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
Vests. Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Yeah, we're back here at Highclimber Field, ready for some baseball. And Jordan Hayworth will be the first batter facing Max Johnson this afternoon. And there is the pitch to the plate. And that was a ball one. So 1-0 the count, first batter for the Tide. Second pitch on the way. That one's foul. The line drive a foul. So quickly 1-1. Leadoff batter here for the Tide. Say the Tides. Start the South Sound Conference game. Next pitch to the plate. Strike two called. 1-2. Thanks so ever much for joining us this afternoon for a little bit of high school baseball, South Sound Conference baseball. Shelton and Gig Harbor. There's a swing, it hit him. And that'll stay right there for 1-2. It's gotta hurt. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hayworth. Kyron Peterson on deck. Pitch, that's high. 2-2 is the count. Next pitch. That one is again fouled off. That I think got his left foot. Stays with the count at 2-2. Again, that's gotta hurt. Jordan Hayworth leading things off over the Tide. It's a leadoff batter for Gig Harbor from Highclimber Field. Next pitch to the plate. That one's popped up. Is it playable? Nope, hit the top of the weight room. Out of play. So Hayworth is battling here to lead things off for the Tide. Max Johnson with his next pitch. Still 2-2 the count. That one's fouled off the screen. And we still remain 2-2. Our view is from up in this little clubhouse that's been built a few years ago. Next pitch on the way. That one's popped again out of play over the backstop. So again, we're 2-2. Infield playing a little bit deep here. Next pitch. And again, fouled off. Max Johnson, the pitcher. Matt Osberg, the catcher. Falcon Johnson over at third. Engstrom is short. Ty Smotherman at second. And Caleb Hitzman over at first. And the horn for the outfield is Wade, Smotherman, Jonker, and Denny. I'm sorry, yes. And that pitch is full count now. 3-2. There's a pop-up. It's going to be gloved by Denning and one away. So the next batter is Kyron Peterson. One down here in the first. Pitch Peterson. Outside ball one. That one is knocked foul off the fence. Third base, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That one's a roller fair. That gets by Johnson. And Peterson holds up at first. Ball kind of got free from a couple of guys there. And there's a first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Austin Dinfey. Whoop. Takes ball one. Went out 1 on for Gig Harbor here. I call that one a strike. 1-1 now. The grounder. Sorry. It's Dinfey Wolf at first, so that's 2 away, but on the play, Peterson goes over to second. So 2 down, 1 on. Runner is in scoring position. And that'll bring up Chad Sorensen. Good stop by Osberg there on the first pitch ball. Pitch to plate. That's strike one. 1-1 now the count. Two out, 1 on. And a 1-1 count to Chad Sorensen. That's strike 2 called. 1-2 the count. Strike 3 called. Down go the Tide. And the first strikeout of the ball game. So They leave one, get one hit. But we head to the bottom of the first, no score.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. Tomorrow night, the League of Women Voters of Mason County is holding a Speed Dating Candidates Forum in the PUD3 auditorium. Each candidate will answer questions directly from a table full of voters and then move to another table and answer their questions. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast this Speed Dating Forum live beginning at 6:30. That's the Shelton City Council General Election Speed Dating Candidates Forum, 6:30 tomorrow night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Bottom of the first inning. Highclimbers are going to lead things off with Wade Smotherman, Caleb Hitzman, and Brendan Engstrom. Yeah, pitcher for Gig Harbor is Austin Dimpy Wolf. He is, let's see here, he's a senior. So let's see what's going to transpire here for the Highclimbers. A little slow start to yesterday from the box score. Fell behind, but came back. Had a big, took the lead in the 6th and then had a big 7th, add 4 more. But the leadoff batter here, Wade Smotherman. And he gets first pitch. Strike one called. The 0-1 pitch. That one's gloved. And he's going to be caught there at first. That'll bring up Caleb Hitzman with one down for Shelton here in the first. And a strike one called for Caleb Hitzman. One away. Second batter for the Highclimbers here. Start the game here. There's a grounder that's going to be chopped foul. So 0-2 to Hitzman. Brendan Engstrom is on deck. And if Hitzman or Engstrom reach to bring up Falcon Johnson. The 0-2 pitch. High ball one. 1-2 now the count to Caleb Hitzman. And that's high outside. 2-2. Call that a ball. So the count is now full to Caleb Hitzman. One away. That's a strike 3 called. So 2 down for the Highclimbers here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Brandon Ingstrom. First pitch to Brendan. Did he swing at that one? He did not. So that's ball 1 on that check swing. Now, as I've covered the Highclimbers here this season, they have done a lot of damage with 2 outs. There's a grounder foul. So 1-1. That was low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. That pitch knocked off the glove of the catcher. This makes it 3-1. Timberwolf has some speed on those balls and some power behind him. So it's 3 balls with 1 strike to Brendan Ingstrom. There's a grounder, gets past the third baseman. So Ingstrom's going to motor for second. Dives in and he is safe. So a 2-out double for Ingstrom. And that brings up Falcon Johnson. Matt Falcon Johnson. So 2 away and 1 on for the Highclimbers here early on. Bottom of the first inning, sun's starting to come out. Highclimbers looking to sweep the season series against Gig Harbor. Tide trying to get another. Oh, that's a high strike on that one. 0-1. Tide are trying to even things up and get another conference win. So they split their first series, the South Sound Conference folk. Time's been called. So you got Ingstrom out there at second. 2 away. And Falcon Johnson at the plate with an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Austin Dimfywolf is just got some power. He's knocked the ball out of the glove a couple of times, and he's even knocked the catcher's glove off once so far in this game. And a strike 2 called, 1-2 now to Johnson. 2 out, 1 on for the Highclimbers here, bottom of the first. There's a pitch. That one is grounded. Somebody gloved by, let's see, the shortstop, or second baseman, and thrown over to first, and that'll get the inning. So the Highclimbers will leave 1, get a hit. We head to the second. No score.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard. break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Top of the second for the Tide. Two up, Cole Smith, Ike Simler, and Sebastian Taglia. Looks like everything's the same. Second inning. Max Johnson is eyeing in. It's the sign from Osberg. And here's the first pitch to Cole Smith. Low, ball one. That one's popped up. Is it playable? Falcon Johnson will glove that one, and there is one down for the Tide here in the first. That brings up Ike Simler. First pitch. Strike one called. Oops, that's supposed to be a strike. There we go. 0-1 to Simler. That's high ball one. 1-1, one away. No score. Top of the second inning. Highclimbers at bat. One hops to Osberg. It's a 2-1 count now. To Simler. And the pitch. That one's a foul tip. Nice cut on that swing, but 2-2 is the count. Two, that one's belted. Johnson gloves it, throws over to Hitzman. That's out number 2. So now 2 down for the Tide. And that brings up Taglia. First pitch. Strike one called. The 0-1 pitch. Almost low ball one. 1-1. Next pitch. That one's a ground foul. It's a 1-2. It's a 1-2 pitch. That one's popped up. And that's out of play. Count remains 1-2 to Sebastian Taglia. Hope I'm getting that one right. It's a 1-2 count. Now it's high ball 2-2. 2 down. Nobody on. Top of the second inning. No score. Highclimbers at bat. 2-2 pitch. That one's popped up. That's infield. Oh, Wingstrom dropped it. And Guy might have lost that in the mid of a sun. So that's 1 on. And that brings up Max Kine, the designated hitter. Pitch to him. Strike 1 called. So a 2 away and 1 on for Gig Harbor. Johnson looks over at first, throws to the plate. That one's popped up out of play. 0-2. So the 0-2 pitch from Johnson. That one got a bit of that, just enough to keep him at bat alive. Tugly over at first, 2 away for the Tide here. Top of the second inning, excuse me. 1-2 pitch. Makes it 2-2, I guess. Didn't see that other ball, but the count is even at 2-2. To Kine. Where's it, Keene? There's a ground ball. One's going to be gloved by Johnson. Throw to first, and Keene is out. And so the Tide leave 1 again. But they're still no score. Way to the bottom of the second. 0-0.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. On Monday, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce, Hood Canal Communications, and Mason Web TV are holding a candidates debate at Olympic Middle School. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast the debate live beginning at 6 p.m. That's a Shelton City Council general election candidates debate, 6 p.m. Monday, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
So we head to the bottom of the second. No score. Get to the right sheet of my paper. Well, let's see here. It looks like Denning, Osberg, and Max Johnson are due up to start this second inning. First pitch is a ball inside. 1-0. Right fielder. That's a ball 2. 2-0. Next pitch. It's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now the count. Leadoff batter here for the Highclimbers in the second inning. There's a pop-up out of play, heading back to the mini dome. It hit on top of the mini dome. So it's now 2-2. For Trey Denning. Next pitch. That's high, ball 3. Count is full to Denning. Leadoff batter here in the second inning for Shelton. No score. There's a ground ball. Going to get through the hole at second. And Denning is on with a base hit. That'll be the second hit of the ball game for Shelton. Nobody out. And that'll bring up catcher Matt Osberg. First pitch. The check swing, but it's strike one called. So 0-1 to Osberg. Hitting it first. Nobody out. Strike two called to Osberg. 0-2 now. And Dempsey will step off. Get Denning back over at first. Takes about a 1.5 step lead. It's a pitch to the plate. And it's strike out to number 1. I'm sorry, that's strikeout number 2 for Dempsey. So 1 away for the Highclimbers here. 1 on. And the batter is Max Johnson. Trey Denny at first for the Highclimbers. Johnson shows bunt. Pitch on the way. Strike called. So it's 0-1. Strike two called. Wow. It's a fastball right down the middle of the plate. So 1 out, 1 on. The 0-2 count to Max Johnson. Ooh, strike. 3 called there, and that'll be 2 away for the Highclimbers here in the second inning. And that brings up Ty Smotherman. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Dempsey Wolf. That's a foul. And his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. So 0-1 is the count. 2 away, 1 on. Denning over at first. Pitch to Ty Smotherman. That one's belted. And it's a line drive out. And that'll end the inning. So we head to the 3rd inning and no score. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Top of the 3rd inning. Gig Harbor will be sending up. Let's see here if my order is right. Bodie Tisch will lead things off, followed by Jordan Hayworth and Kyron Peterson. If I've got that all accurately, and I do. No score here. Pretty quick-paced game so far. There's a leadoff single into left field, and Tish is on to lead things off. That'll bring up Jordan Hayworth. Strike one called. Yeah, Hayworth popped out in the first inning. Second pitch, swing and a miss. Looks like that might have been a curveball. 0-2. Nobody out, one on for Gig Harbor here. Top of the third inning, no score. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. And down goes Hayworth for out number one. And that will bring up Kyron Peterson with one out. First pitch was a ball. Next pitch, strike called. 1-1. Tish over at first for Gig Harbor. Next pitch, strike called. 1-2. To Peterson, who opened up with a hit in the first inning. Next pitch, swing and miss. Everybody stays, but and they're going to call it out. So there's two out for the Tide here. And that brings up Dempsey Wolf. Takes the ball one. Two out, one on for the Tide. Next pitch is a ball. 2-0 is the count. You've got Tish over there at second for the Tide. And a throw over to, that wasn't a throw. So 2 out, 1 on, and a 2-0 count to Dempsey Wolf. Swing on that one. Was glove throw to first, and that'll do it for the Tide. They leave another one. And we head to the bottom of the third. Still no score.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Bottom of the third inning. Let's see here. We got Zach Jonker, Wade Smotherman, and Caleb Hitzman due up for the Highclimbers here in the third. As Jonker will lead things off. And a pitch to the plate. Jonker showed bunt, took strike one. 7-1. Or did he pull that back? So the 0-1 pitch. That's ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leadoff batter here for the Highclimbers. Bottom of the third inning. Zach Jonker went for a high for the bunt. It's strike 2 called. 1-2. Highclimbers trying to get some base runners out there. Wade Smotherman and Caleb Hitzman due up. After Jonker. Next pitch. That was a ball. 2-2. Next pitch. Strike 3 called, and that makes 2 outs. Or I'm sorry, 1 out for the Highclimbers here. And that will bring up Caleb Hitzman. So 1 down, no score. Bottom of the third inning for the Highclimbers is Wade Smotherman. First pitch bounces past the catcher, and it's 1-0. If you're with the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss by Smotherman, 1-1. 1 away, nobody on for the Highclimbers here in the third. No score. And strike 2 is called. Out 1. Pitch to the plate. That's ball. 2-2. There's a grounder. It's going to be gloved by shortstop. Throw is off, and I hit the wrong one. Sorry there. Smotherman is on base. Beat out the throw. Throw was high. So that'll be the third hit for the Highclimbers. 1 out, 1 on. And that'll bring up Caleb Hitzman. And then they called a balk on that. So Smotherman's over on second in scoring position for the Highclimbers with 1 out. We do have a strike on the board here. I don't know how we got a strike on the board, but we'll go with it. Pitch Hitzman shows bunt, bunts it. It's going to be gloved by the pitcher. Throw to first. It's high. And Wade Smotherman's going to come around and score. And Caleb Hitzman is over at first, or I'm at second, excuse me. So the Highclimbers get their first run. And it's 1-0. So Wade Smotherman is in, And Falcon Johnson is going, is he going to be the batter? No, the batter has got to be Brendan Ingstrom. One out, one in, one on for the Highclimbers. Caleb Hitzman over at second base. First run of the ball game. Pitch to the plate. That's a grounder foul. So 0-1. Again, Hitzman's over at second, taking a big lead. And the 0-1 pitch to Ingstrom. That one gets by, and Hitzman's going to stand up over to third base for the Highclimbers on the pass ball. So 1-1 is the count to Brendan Ingstrom. He had a double in the first inning, but he was left out there. Highclimbers couldn't bring him in. Caleb Hitzman over at third, and another pass ball. And Hitzman's going to walk in, and there's the second run for the Highclimbers. So it's 2-1 to count, and 2 runners are in. And Ingstrom has a 2-1 count, and it's a 2-0 ball game. For 1 out. And another pass ball. So 3-1 is now the count. Little meeting at the mound. Between second baseman, it's Cole Smith and Dimpy Wolf. Now, the 3-1 pitch. And Dimpy Wolf will step off. This little timeout called. As Ingstrom adjusts his gloves. Now the pitch. There's a swing and a hit foul. So now it's a full count. 1 out, 2 in for the Highclimbers here. Third inning. 2-0. Nobody on. It's a couple of bad throws and passed balls that brought in runners. Diffie will step off on that one. Gets the signing of lights. Throw to the plate. And he bats that one, and there's a walk. So Ingstrom is on a walk. 2 are in, and 1 is out. And that'll bring up Max Falcon Johnson. Now Falcon, a ground out in the first inning. In that inning, 1 on, 1 out, 2 in. Falcon shows a bunt, bunts it nicely, picked up by Dimpy Wolf. Throw to first to get Johnson at first, but on the play, Ingstrom will go over to second. So there's 2 away now for the Highclimbers. Here in the third inning, but 2 runs are in and 1 is on, and that will bring up Trey Denning. He had a single in the second inning. Pitch to the plate, takes strike 1. 2 in, 1 on, 2 away for Shelton here in the third. And a pitch to the plate. That's inside, ball 1, 1-1. Jen Engstrom over at second for the Highclimbers. 2 out. And the 1-1 count. And the pitch. That one's popped up, out of heading towards the mini dome, out of play. So 1-2 is now the count to a Denning. Nothing. The Highclimbers are up. 2 runs are in. High ball 2, 2-2. Engstrom still over there at second. Denning will dig in. And pitch to plate. That's high. Throw to third. Oh, they got him. And that'll end the inning. But the Highclimbers get 2 on 1 hit. And, well, they leave nobody. And that'll head to the 4th. Shelton is up 2-0.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging.
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
So 2-0 is our score as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Gig Harbor, let's see here. Sorensen, Smith, and Simler are due up for the Tides. Sorensen struck out in the first inning. Takes ball. Nice stop by Osberg there. Max Johnson on the mound for the Highclimbers. Oop. Did he hit him? Yes, he did. He got him on right toe. So there's a 1 on, nobody out for the Tide, and that'll bring up Cole Smith. And he lined out in the 2nd inning in his first at bat. So nobody out, 1 on. And ball 1 is taken by Smith. You can hear the Tide talking. And that one gets away from Osberg. And so Sorensen heads over to second base. So 2-0 to Smith. Nobody out, 1 on for the Tides. Pitch on the way. Strike called. 2-1 now. Runner holds. At second base is Sorensen. Batter is Smith. Has a 2-1 pitch. That one's popped up. Is it playable? Hitzman will get under that. Glove it, and that's 1 away. And that will bring up Simler. Takes a strike one. Similar ground out in the second inning. So 1 out to 1 on for Gig Harbor. Next pitch. That's strike 2 called. So 0-2. Too similar. Got Sorensen over on second for the Tide. Trailing 2-0. There's a pop-up. Going to get over the head of the infielders. And got runners at the corners. As Similar is on first. Sorensen is on third. And that'll bring up Toglia. So we got a runner at third, runner at first. Toglia had a base hit, but he reached on an error, actually, in the third inning. Takes ball 1. So 1 out, 2 on for Gig Harbor. Toglia, the batter. Runners are at the first and third. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. Actually got a piece of that one, so 1-1. So the tying run is over at first. Johnson looks over at first, goes to the plate. Pop that one up. That one's going to drop in. 1 runner will score. And another run will score. No, just 1 run will score, excuse me. So Gig Harbor gets 1 back. So 1 is out and 1 is in. And 2 are on. And that will bring up Max Keene. Swings and he hits one. Bobbled again. Throw to first to get 1. But the runners do advance to second and third. So that makes it 2 out for the Highclimbers, or for the Tide, excuse me. 2 away. 2 are on, 1 is in. Oops, hold on a second here. That brings up Tish. Bodie Tish takes the ball 1. Runners at second and third for the Tide. That one hit ball 2. And another good stop by Osberg. So 2 are out and 2 are on. 1 is in for Gig Harbor here in the 4th inning. Pitch to the plate. Outside. Ball 2. Sorry, ball 3. 3-0. Ooh, strike called there. Tish thought that was going to be a ball. So 3-1. Again, the runners are at second and third. Pitch to the plate. Strike called. Strike 2. Full count. 2 out, 2 on, 1 in. For the Tide here. Pitch to the plate. That one's ground out. That one's going to be gloved. Throw to first low, but in time to end the inning. So the Tide leave 2, get 1. Way to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Vehicle collisions are the #1 killer of teens in the U.S., taking 8 young lives every day. And speeding is a factor in more than half of teen fatal car crashes, but we can prevent these tragedies. Talk with your teen about staying safe behind the wheel. Remind them to follow the speed limit and adjust their driving for road conditions. Keep the conversation going and be the driver you want your teen to be. It's not just good parenting, it's a matter of life or death.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Bottom of the fourth inning. The Tide get one back since they trail 2-1. The Highclimbers, however. Let's see here. We have Osberg, Max Johnson, and Ty Smotherman due up here. And actually, nope, it's not. It's going to be Denning, who didn't finish his at-bat in the last inning. So it'll be Trey Denning, Matt Osberg, and Max Johnson heading up here in the fourth inning. For the Highclimbers, they lead 2-1. Trey did have a single in the second inning. Ground ball gets by the first baseman, and that's a leadoff hit. Denny's going to motor force for second, and he's standing up there at second base. So a leadoff single for the Highclimbers here in the fourth inning. And that will bring up Osberg. Osberg struck out in the second inning. One on, nobody out. High on that one. Ball one. 1-0 is the count. It's a pop-up. That's out of play. It's a bunt pop-up. So we have 1-1 to Osberg. Nobody out till one on. It's Denning over at second. Highclimbers lead at 2-1. Bottom of the fourth inning. Max Johnson is on deck for the Highclimbers. Pitch to plate. Swing and miss. So 1-2 is now the count. And then down goes Osberg. One away. And that brings up Max Johnson. Infield comes in for Gig Harbor. First pitch is high, ball one. 1-0. One out, one on for Shelton. Denning over at second with a leadoff double. He'll take a lead. Pitch to the plate. Shows bunt, pulls back. No throw to second. Two balls, no strikes. To Johnson. Pitcher for the Highclimbers this afternoon. Shows bunt. Pulls it back. Takes a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 away, 1 on for the Highclimbers. Pitch to the plate. Ooh, that takes a strike. That's high, but it was a strike. So 3-1 now. To Johnson. Again, Denning's over on second, 1 away. Max Johnson's the batter. And he does take ball 4. So runners at first and second, and Deemer will come in and run for Johnson. And that does bring up Ty Smotherman. So runner at first and second for the Highclimbers, 1 away. Ty struck out in the second inning. No, he flied out in the second inning. Shows bunt. Takes a ball 1. There's a line drive. It's going to roll over to second baseman. First throw to first is not in time, and the bases are loaded for the Highclimbers with 1 out. And that will bring up Zach Junker. He did, let's see here, he struck out in the 3rd inning. So the bases are loaded. You have Smotherman over at first, Deemer at second, and Denning at third. Junker waiting for the first pitch. And call that one strike on the check swing. So 0-1 to Junker. And the bases are loaded for the Highclimbers. Oh, off speed pitch there is called strike 2. 0-2 to Zach. Again, the bases are loaded with 1 down. Swing and a miss, and Zach will go down swinging. So that is 2 down. And that will bring up the top of the order, Wade Smotherman. And a single and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Ground out in the 1st. First pitch to Wade. Ooh, inside, but called strike 1. 0-1. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be 2 outs. And it takes ball 1. 1-1. Bases are loaded with 2 out. Climbers trying to add on. Swing on that one, got a piece of it. But it's 1-2 now. Wade Smotherman at first, Deemer at second, Denning at third. Outside ball 2 to Wade Smotherman's ties over at first. 2 out. 3 on. Pitch to the plate. Outside ball gets away. Count is now full. Runners hold. Highclimbers up 2-1, looking to add on with 2 out. Wade Smotherman, the batter, with a 3-2 count. Pitch to the plate. Swing. Fair ball. 1 run will score. Throw over to first. However, in time to get Wade, so the run will not score. The Highclimbers leave them loaded. We head to the fifth inning. Shelton up 2-1.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Okay, I finally corrected my scoreboard. 2-1. Gig Harbor is did they get their run, and they are going to lead off here in the fifth inning. Is it Tish? Yes, it is Tish. He had a single in the third. Max Johnson still on the mound for the Highclimbers. Matt Osberg still behind behind home. Looks like everybody else is pretty much as they were to start the game. Infield playing back. Actually, no, it is Hayworth, the leadoff batter. He'll swing at the first one. Get a piece of it. So 1. So Hayworth struck out in the third and lined out in the first. Another foul tip. 0-2. 2-1 is our score. Shelton on top, Gig Harbor at bat with Jordan Hayworth. Pitch to the plate. That one gets by Osberg. 1-2 now. A pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. But I guess I got a piece of it, so the count remains 1-2. That one's popped up. It's going to go to center field, and grabbing that one will be Jonker, and that's a 1 away. So 1 down for the Tide here in the fifth inning. And that brings up Kyron Peterson. Let's see, Peterson struck out in the third. Did reach base in the first, however. Takes ball 1. One down, nobody on for the Tide here, fifth inning. Pitch to the plate. Ball 2 inside. Little high, 2-0. There's a strike one called. 2-1. There's a line drive. Engstrom tried to backhand it, bobbled it, and we do have 1 on. 1 on, 1 out. That will bring up Dempsey Wolf. Ground out in the third inning. Let's take a ball, though. And let's see here. I guess he walked in the his first at bat. So 1 away, 1 on for the Tide. Next pitch is high. 2-0 to Dempsey Wolf. Another ball. 3-0. And there is a walk. So 2 are on and 1 is away for the Tide here. Chad Sorensen is due up. And I think that'll do it for Max, though. Yes, Coach Winans out there to get the ball from him. And it looks like Ingstrom's going to come in relief. Nope, it's Wade. Or it's Ty Denning will come on here. So as Ty takes a couple of warm-up pitches, we'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
So Ty Smotherman takes over in the mound, and let's see here. Looks like Blaine Van Otten takes over at second base. And the first batter, it'll be Sorensen. So there's 1 out and 2 on for the Tide here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. So 0-1. Next pitch. A strike called. 0-2. Next pitch. It's 1-2 now. Runners are at first and second for the Tide. One out. Strike 3 called, and that makes 2 away for the Tide. So that will bring up Cole Smith. Lined out, and he did reach in the lined out in the 4th. I'm not sure what happened there. Is it throw over, and the runners did advance on the strike. So runners are in the scoring position. That was a strike 2 called there. So 0-2, 2 away, 2 on. Runners at second and third. You've got Peterson over. Was a ball. Figure out who's on here. Got Wild at second. And I believe it's, oh, one gets by, and there is a tying run that walks in. So that ties the ball game at 2. And the count is 2-2. There's a ground ball. Goes foul. Remains 2-2. 2 out, 1 in, 1 on for the Tide. Smotherman into his stretch in the windup. That one swing got a piece of it, so the count remains 2-2. So you got Wild over at third. There's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. But the Tide get 1, leave 1. We have a tie ball game. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 2-2.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
Bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2 ball game. Highclimbers have Caleb Hitzman, Brendan Ingstrom, and Falcon Johnson due up here in this inning. See if they can break this tie. And the Highclimbers left the bases loaded in the last inning. Yep, Hitzman will lead things off. And the first pitch to Hitzman. Outside ball 1. The 2-2 ball game. And there's a line drive that'll get by, and Hitzman's leading things off with a single. He reached on an error. Let's see, that'll be his 2nd time on base, and that will bring up Brendan Ingstrom. Ingstrom walked his last at-bat, had a double to start things in the first inning. Low and outside, ball one. Nobody out here. Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-2 ball game. Highclimbers have one on. It's Hitzman over at first. Batter, Brendan Ingstrom, shortstop. Oop. And Ingstrom got hit. So that's a runner at first and second with nobody out now. And that'll bring up the bat of Falcon Johnson. Ground out in the third and big ground out in the first. So Falcon, or Max Falcon Johnson, had a good game yesterday. He has runners at first and second. A tie ball game, nobody out. First pitch is called strike. 0-1. Ingstrom's at first, Hitzman at second. There's a ground ball to third, gloved, and the play will be over there, and then a throw to first. And he's tagged out. So there's two down for the Highclimbers. And Hitzman is out at third. Falcon is out at first. And on the play, Ingstrom goes at second. So two down. And that'll bring up Trey Denning. Takes a strike. So two down, one on. Denning. Glove, or hit one. To second, to throw to first is in time. And that'll end the inning. So we head to the sixth, still 2-2. Highclimbers leave one on that inning. And due up for the Tide, similar to Liga and Keene. We'll be right back.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Top of the sixth inning, 2-2 ball game between Gig Harbor and Shelton. A good game going on here. The leadoff batter here, so let's see here, is Ike Simler. Had a base hit in the fourth, ground out in the second. First pitch is a low and ball one. Ty Smotherman in relief of Max Johnson. And a strike one called in the second pitch. There's a ground ball. Gloved by Falcon. Throw to first. And it's in time. The throw is in time to get the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Sebastian Taglia. Takes strike one. Next pitch. It's a grounder. It's going to be gloved by Engstrom. Throw to first, not in time, so there is a one-out single. So 1 out, 1 on. And the batter showing bunt, taking a strike one, is Max Keene. 1 on, 1 out, 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, 2-2 ball game. Keene shows another bunt, takes ball, 1-1. Taglia takes his lead at first. Keene shows bunt again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. That's ball 2. 2-2. Taglia over at first base. 1 away for the Tide here. There is a hit that's going to get into right field. Throw to the cutoff man. And we have 2 on for the Tide with 1 out. And I'll bring up Bodie Tisch. Tisch had a single in the 3rd. This is only his 2nd at bat. Takes ball 1. So runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Tide. Keene takes the lead at first. Taglia takes the lead at 2nd. The 1-0 pitch popped up. It's going to be Van Otten with the catch and the fly out, and the runners hold. So that'll make 2 out. Brings up the top of the order, and Hayworth. Actually, there's 2 away here. Fix that. And ball 1. So 2 down, 2 on for the Tide here in top of the 6th inning. Hayworth takes a ball 2. Next pitch. That one swung and fouled off. 2-1 now the count. 2-2 ball game, 2 down, 2 on for the Tide. Jordan Hayworth, the batter for Gig Harbor. Another swing and a nice cut, but fouled all the way again, 2-2. Tight Smotherman on in relief of Max Johnson, who went 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, and gave up 1 run by my count. Another pop out, or pop fly, out of play. So the count remains 2-2. Runners at first and second for the Tide, taking their leads. 2-2 pitch. It's a pop-up, again out of play. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 down. Tide have left 6 in this, left 6 on base in this game. Two pitch. Makes it 3-2. Smotherman behind in the count, 2 on and 2 out. And let's see here. Peterson is on deck if Hayworth can reach. If lined out in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd. Got a piece of that one though. And let's see here, ground out in the 1st. This is his 4th at bat. In runners at first and second, they take their lead. Full count to Hayworth. 2 down, 2 on, and Madam below the bases. So the bases are now loaded for Kyron Peterson. Peterson had a single in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd, and had a single in the 1st. Big strike, or actually that was a ball. I thought it was a strike. But ball 1. Runners at first, second, and 3rd for the Tide. 2 down. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss on that pitch. 1-1. Again, the bases are loaded for the Tide. Pitch on the way. It's high. Ball 2, 2-1 to Gig Harbor's Kyron Peterson. That was fouled away. 2-2. Hayworth, Keene, and Taliga on base. Pitch on the way, that's high, away he goes, and the one run will score safely. And there's another run in for Gig Harbor. They now take the lead 3-2. Count goes full. And other runners do advance. So full count to the batter, Kyron Peterson. 1 in, 2 out, 2 on for the Tide. There's a bout that it's going to drop in, and 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And that gives two runs will in, so that'll make it 5-2. Looks like that'll do it for tie. And it'll be now Austin Ramsfield coming in. This is now 5-2, Gig Harbor on top. They've brought in, let's see here, it's 3 runs in this inning. We'll take a timeout as Ramsfield does his warm-ups. We'll be right back.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
If you are
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Okay, we are back here. 2 out in the top of the 6th inning. 5-2 is their score. 3 runs are in. A new pitcher for the Highclimbers is Austin Ramsfield, and he is facing Austin Dempeyfield, who takes strike 1. Three in, 2 out, 1 on for the Tide. Strike 2 called to Dempeyfield. I'm sorry, Dempey Wolf. What am I saying? Dempey Wolf. Next pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. That'll end the inning, but the damage has been done. The Tide get 3, take over the lead. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Gig Harbor's now up 5-2. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I mean, I was just a kid. And you never knew what mood he was going to be in when he came home. It was brutal. My dad, he would come home, and there's one time where...
Good job, bring it back. Chad wasn't a football player per se. He was just a kid that needed to be a part of something. I don't think he had anyone as a role model or someone showing him what to do. It's okay, you're doing good. You're okay.
Coach Marr was the only person I really trusted in this town. You know, he was always there.
And I'm so proud of you. You've done well. Done well.
And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-2, Gig Harbor on top. Gentlemen. And let's see here. Change in the batting order? No. Matt Osberg, Max Johnson, and Ty Smotherman are due up in this inning. And it looks like pitcher remains Austin Dempsey-Wolf. Osberg, first pitch, pops one up. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And there's one runner on for the Highclimbers on the first pitch. Here in this 6th inning. So that will bring up Max Johnson. Walked his last at-bat, struck out the at-bat before. Takes ball 1. So 1 on, nobody out. Actually, no. Let's see. We have a pinch runner in, and that's Jonker on first. Pitch to place. That one's popped up. It's going to drop in for another base hit. Jonker goes over to second, and Johnson is on first. So there is nobody out and 2 on. And that'll bring up Ty Smotherman. Nobody out, 2 on for the Highclimbers. Trailing 5-2. Pitch to the plate. And that was a strike. So, very fast pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. 2 on, nobody out for the Highclimbers here. Trailing by 3 runs. Tying run is at the plate. That's strike 2 called. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. It's outside ball 2-2. Low, ball 3 now. There's a ground hopper over the head of the pitcher. Out at second is Max Johnson, but beating out the throw is Ty Smotherman. So 1 away, and Jonker moves over to third as well. And there's 1 away. Runners at the corners and the batter now. Let's see here. It's not Jonker, it's Ramsfield, that's right. He's in there. So you got Johnson's out. So 0-1 is a count. Runners at the corners for the Highclimbers, 1 away. Ransfield looks at a high pitch, and that's 1-1. So you got Smotherman over at first, Junker at third. The 1-1 pitch to Ramsfield. Running through the signs here. Pitch high. 2-1 is the count now. Again, runners at the corners. Ty Smotherman at first. Zach Junker over at third, and the batter is Austin Ramsfield. And the pitcher for Gig Harbor is Dimphy Wolf, and he's out there meeting. Little meeting at the mound. Probably a pitching change here, or maybe just to settle things down. So 1 is down and 2 are on for the Highclimbers. Runners are at the corners. It's a 2-1 count to Ramsfield. I think it was just to settle things down for Dimphy Wolf on the mound. Give him a breather. He might be getting close to the end of his pitch count for the game. It's 5-2. Throw over to first, not in time. Smotherman dives back safely. Count remains 2-1 to Ramsfield. So Ty Smotherman at first, Zach Junker at third. Pitch to the plate to Ramsfield. That's low. Ball 3-1 is now the count. Pitch to the plate. And that is a walk. So Ramsfield loads the bases. And there's one away. And it'll bring up Wade Smotherman. Ground out in the fourth. Had a base hit in the third and ground out in the first. So we do have a pitching change now. Dimphy Wolf goes 6 in the third. And the pitcher now is going to be Max Sparrow. So we will step aside as Sparrow does his warm-ups. We'll be right back.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
So new pitcher for the Tide is Max Sparrow, Jr. The bases are loaded. For the Highclimbers, and the batter for Shelton is Wade Smotherman. So runners are at first, second, and third for Shelton. Wade Smotherman scored a run. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game so far. Highclimbers looking to come back. Deemer comes in to run at first. And first pitch is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to Smotherman from Sparrow. Runners take their leads. Ball 2, 2-0 now. So we got Deemer at first. Ty at second, and Osberg at third. Strike 1 now, 2-1. Pitch in. And that is ball 3, 3-1 now to Smotherman. Smotherman does represent the go-ahead run. And a strike 2 is called on that pitch. 3-2, the count is full. Full bases are loaded. Gig Harbor 5, Shelton 2. Here's a hit off the foot of Smotherman. I'm sorry, Jonker's over at third. Deemer at second. And Ty's at, Deemer's at first, Ty's at second. Okay, I think I've got it now. Full count to Wade Smotherman. 1 away and 3 are on for the Highclimbers here in the 6th inning, trailing by 3 runs. It's a pop-up that's foul off the mini dome. So we'll do it again, 3-0. Three balls, 2 strikes. 3 on. 1 out for the Highclimbers. Pitch to Smotherman. Grounds that one. Right back. And a throw to the plate is in time. And Ayer's going to be motoring around. 1 run scores. Play over to third. And we got 1 in. And he's safe. Yes, the runner is safe. So 2 are in on that. And on the play, Wade Smotherman is over on the third or second base. Or 3 runs are in here. So we have a tie ball game. 3 runs have come in here. So the ball game is tied. 3 runs did score in that inning on that what ended up to be a double by Wade Smotherman. So that'll bring up Hitzman, and there's still only 1 out after all that. Got into it a little too much, couldn't switch cameras. So Caleb Hitzman had a base hit in the 5th. He reached on an error in the 3rd, and he struck out in the 1st. So ball game is tied 5-5. The 6th inning, 1 out, 1 on for Shelton. Caleb Hitzman is the batter. And there's been a lot of explanation and a lot of talking here with the Tides. Let's see if they change anything on the scoreboard. But here we go. New ball game, 5-5 is the tie. 1 out, 1 on. Caleb Hitzman is the batter. Wade Smotherman is on second. A couple of errors lead to a couple of runs. Sparrow looking for the pitch that he wants. Looks back at Smotherman, goes with the pitch to the plate. That's a high ball 1. 1-0. Pitch to the plate. Ground ball. Picked up throw over to first in time to get Hitzman for out number 2 on the play, however. Oops, I didn't show that. Smotherman goes over to third. So that gets 2 outs, 3 in, and 1 on for the Highclimbers. Oops. Get the right camera going here. There we go. And that'll bring up Brendan Ingstrom. And Ingstrom is on. Hit by pitch here. So runners at the corners, and that'll bring up Max Johnson. With 2 out, 3 in. That's Falcon Johnson, excuse me. He is 0 for 3 so far in this ball game. Takes strike 1. 2 out, 2 on for the Highclimbers. Wade Smotherman over at first. Brendan Ingstrom at, Wade Smotherman's at third. Brendan Ingstrom is at first. Batter's Falcon Johnson. Timeout has been called. Tie ball game 5-5. 3 runs are in for the Highclimbers, evening things up just moments ago. The 0-1 pitch from Sparrow to Johnson. Takes ball 1, 1-1. Go ahead run is at third, represented by Wade Smotherman. And Max Johnson takes, Falcon Johnson takes ball 2 and 1, excuse me. Again, 2 out, runner at first, runner at third. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Falcon Johnson. Pitch to the plate. Got a piece of that one, but fouled it off. 2-2. 5-5 ball game. Highclimbers have 3 runs to even things up here in the 6th inning. Max Falcon Johnson at the plate with a 2-2 count. 2 out. Runner at first, runner at third. Ingstrom at first. Wade Smotherman at third. Pitch to the plate. Popped up. That one's in deep, and it is gloved. That'll end the inning, but the Highclimbers get even. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 left. We head to the top of the 7th. Still knotted up at 5.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. Tomorrow night, the League of Women Voters of Mason County is holding a Speed Dating Candidates Forum in the PUD 3 auditorium. Each candidate will answer questions directly from a table full of voters and then move to another table and answer their questions. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast this Speed Dating Forum live beginning at 6:30. That's the Shelton City Council General Election Speed Dating Candidates Forum, 6:30 tomorrow night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Well, we head to the top of the 7th inning, tie ball game. And the leadoff batter for Gig Harbor is Chad Sorensen. Takes strike 1. Off-speed pitch, though, off target, 1-1. Tie ball game. Sorensen struck out in the 5th. Had a base hit in the 4th. Struck out in the 1st. Fishing for that one. 1-2 now. Ramsfield with the pitch. Swung and down goes Sorensen. 1 out for the Tide here in this 6th inning. And that will bring up Cole Smith, who struck out his last at-bat in the 5th, popped out in the 4th. And he gets strike 1. His first at-bat, he lined out. 5-5 ball game. 1 away. And it's 1-1 to Smith. Time called by Cole Smith. He's going to make some adjustments to his elbow pad. Austin Mansfield in on relief here. Strike 2 called, 1-2. Ramsfield with the stretch of the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. That's 2 away for the Gig Harbor Tide here in the 7th inning tie ball game. And that brings up Similar. Takes ball 1. Strike called, 1-1. So likes the second pitch. There he goes. That one's belted. That one's going to be reached up and grabbing it over his head is Zach Jonker, and that'll end the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Tide in the 7th. Highclimbers, 3 more outs to go. Could break this tie. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Highclimbers, tie ball game. And leading things off is Trey Denning, excuse me. And he takes a ball 1. First pitch. Matt Osberg, followed by Max, actually it should be, Denning swung at that one, that's so 1-1. Do have Max Johnson also on my lineup card. There might be a change there. You can see Ramsfield in there. Ball 2 on now, 2-1. To Trey Denning. Had a double and a single. Fastball hit foul. 2-2. Got some activity in the bullpen for the Tide. Counts now full 3-2 for Trey Denning. Can't see from here who is throwing. Pitch high, and a lead off a walk for the Highclimbers here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Matt Osberg. With nobody out, one on. And Dylan Coots will come in and run for Trey. So Coots is at first. Osberg is the batter, nobody out. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Osberg had a single in the 6th, walked in the 4th, and struck out in the 2nd. So nobody out and one on for the Highclimbers. Coots over at first base. And pinch runner, Coots hadn't taken any lead, and there was a potential throw over to first. So Sparrow looks in, throws. First pitch is high, a 1-0. Go ahead, run over at first. Nobody out. Sparrow to the plate. Swing and a pop out of play. 1-1. So one on, nobody out. Runner is at first base. That's Dylan Coots. Matt Osberg is the batter with a 1-1 count. Look over to first. Coots takes the lead, gets back safely. Only took about a step and a half before the throw. And now the 1-1 pitch to the plate. Sparrow throws. Strike called. 1-2 now. Sparrow looks over at first. Throws to the plate. Swing and a miss by Osberg, and down goes Osberg. So one away for the Highclimbers here, one on still. And that will bring up Max Johnson. Max had a single in the 6th, walked in the 4th, and struck out in the 2nd. First pitch to Max. Outside, ball 1. 1-0. Again, Coots is over here at first base. And a 1-0 count. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. Max just a little bit early. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, swing and a miss on that one as well. 1-2. Max Sparrow on the mound for Gig Harbor, trying to close this thing out, or at least extend it. A step off. Pitch to the plate. The ball gets away from. And Coots makes it over to second, but the out has been recorded. So there's 2 away, and the runner is in scoring position for the Highclimbers. And that will bring up Ty Smotherman. Had a single in the 6th, a single in the 4th, and lined out in the 2nd. There's now 2 down for the Highclimbers. Now they're going to do an intentional walk there. Okay. So we have Ty Smotherman at first, Dylan Coots at second there. And Ramsfield is the batter. He walked in the 6th inning. So Austin Ramsfield is the batter with 2 down and 2 on for the Highclimbers. Tie ball game. Max Sparrow with the pitch. Check swing, and strike is called. 0-1 to Ramsfield. That one bounces in. That's 1-1 now. Got Smotherman at first, Coots at second for the Highclimbers. 2 out, 2 on. 1-1 count to Austin Ramsfield. Throw to the plate. That one's outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Ball number 3, 3-1. Oh, they're going to call a strike on that one. So the count is now full. Ramsfield thought it was ball number 4. So full count. 2 out and 2 on. A lot of chatter from the Highclimbers. Here we go. 3-ball, 2 strike count. Sparrow steps off. Coots over at second. Smotherman at first. 2 out, 2 on, full count. Pitch to the plate. Bounces it in and walks Ramsfield. So that loads the bases for the Highclimbers. And that'll bring up a Wade Smotherman, who ended up with a double in the last inning. But the sacks are now loaded for the Highclimbers. Ramsfield walks, and Deemer will come on to pinch run for him. So Deemer is on first. Got Ty Smotherman at second. And the winning run over there in Denning. Pitch to the plate, popped up. Is that going to drop in? Nope, on the runs, grabbing that one, Peterson, and we head to extra innings. 5-5 ball game. We head to the 8th. We'll be right back.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
The City of Shelton is changing from a 3-member commission to a 7-member council, and the general election for the 4 new council seats is April 24th. On Monday, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce, Hood Canal Communications, and Mason Web TV are holding a candidates debate at Olympic Middle School. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast the debate live beginning at 6 p.m. That's the Shelton City Council General Election Candidates Debate, 6 p.m. Monday, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
So we head to the 8th inning. 5-5 a ball game between Gig Harbor and Shelton. Austin Ramsfield still out there at pitcher for the Highclimbers. And the Tide, let's see where we are in the order. Sebastian Daglia, Max Keene, and Bodie Tish are due up here in the 8th. Strike one called. Sun's starting to go down, getting a little bit chilly. Ramsfield with the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, but strike 2 called, 0-2. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Taglia, excuse me, in the 8th, so 1 away. And there's Keene. It's a ball. Next pitch. That's a ground. Gets through the hole. Throw over to first. He got him. Out he goes. Nice glove backhand by Engstrom. A throw to Hitzman, and that'll be out number 2. That's 2 down. That brings up Tish. Takes the ball. And that's 2 balls quickly here. 2 out for the Tide here. Top of the 8th inning, tie ball game. 5-5, excuse me. And there's a strike 1, 2-1. That's ball number 3. 3-1. To Tish. Bodie Tish for Gig Harbor. Trying to extend it. There's a pop-up. That one's going to be caught out there by Wade Smotherman, and that'll end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still tied up at 5. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy, Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 5-5 ball game. Highclimbers and Gig Harbor. Highclimbers will send up Hitzman, Engstrom, and Johnson. First pitch, was that a ball? I believe that was a ball. Next pitch. And that was also a ball. I'm assuming they didn't hear a call. So 2 balls, no strikes. And a visit to the mound to Sparrow. We're going to get another pitching change here. Yes, we're going to have another pitching change. So coming in relief will be Jordan Hayworth, the senior. He'll get some work here trying to shut down the Highclimbers here with 2 balls and no strikes to Hitzman. At least that's what it appears to be. So you got Hitzman at bat, Engstrom due up, and then followed by Falcon Johnson. So a couple of warm-up pitches, and we'll step aside. We'll be right back.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
So it's a 5-5 ball game. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Highclimbers, Caleb Hitzman has a 2-ball, no-strike count. New pitcher for Gig Harbor is Jordan Hayworth, the senior. Coming in with relief, it'll be the 3rd pitcher for the Tide here in this ball game. So Hitzman steps in, Hayworth with the stretch and the pitch. It's strike 1, 2-1 to Hitzman now. Nobody out here in the 8th inning, tie ball game. Highclimbers looking for the sweep. Tide trying to extend this and pull off an upset on the Highclimber field. Next pitch is a strike, so 2-2 to Hitzman. Osberg, I'm sorry, who's after? Engstrom and Falcon Johnson are due up after Hitzman, who takes a ball 3 outside. 3-2 is the count. Leadoff batter here in the 8th inning for the Highclimbers. That's inside, and Hitzman is on first. So that will bring up Brendan Engstrom. Throw over to first, and Hitzman is back in time. Hayworth with the throw again over to first. Keep hitting the wrong camera. And he's at the throw to Engstrom, worried about Hitzman at first. Pitch to the plate. That one's popped up. It's going to go deep, 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 and it's going to be gloved out. And that's one away as Hitzman had to go back in. Was no time to advance. So that's one away for the Highclimbers. That brings up Falcon Johnson. Max Falcon Johnson is 0 for 4 in this ballgame. Runner at first is Caleb Hitzman. One away for the Highclimbers. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 and oh. And all of that, Hitzman steals second, and he's safe over his second. Throw over to second from the catcher, and a little off the line. So Hitzman's in scoring position for the Highclimbers. Falcon Johnson with a 1-0 count. Hitzman at second. Hayworth stepped off. Pitch to the plate. Low ball 2-0. Caleb Hitzman over at second. Represents the winning run, Max Falcon. That's Max Falcon Johnson has a 2-0 count. Pitch to the plate, high, ball 3-0. It's the second batter that Hayworth has faced. Took over here in the inning against Hitzman, and then they're just going to intentionally walk Falcon. So there's 2 on. So it's the first time that Falcon has reached. So 2 walks in the game, or in the inning, and that will bring up Trey Denning. 1 away, 2 on. Pitch is high, ball 1. 1-0. So again, we remind you, 2 on. Falcon at first, Hitzman at second. Swing and a miss by Denning. 1-1 now. Hitzman does represent the winning run. Tie ball game. Hayworth for Gig Harbor in the mound. Looks back at Hitzman, throws to the plate. Strike 2 called. 1-2, 1 out, 2 on. Pitch to the plate. There's a ground ball. It's going to go foul. Count remains 1-2. Infield over here towards first. Falcon takes a lead. That's ball 2, 2 is the count. Hayworth to the plate. That one's fouled off, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Again, only 1 out with Falcon Johnson at first, Caleb Hitzman at second. And Trey Denning, the batter, with a 2-2 count, battling And it's ball 3. The count goes full. Pitch to the plate, swing on. That one's playable, and Hayworth will grab it. Throw over to second. Did they get him? Oops, wrong one. They did not. But that'll bring up, it'll make it 2 outs here. It's a 2 away for the Highclimbers. 2 are still on. And the batter is going to be Matt Osberg. Osberg struck out in the 7th, had a single in the 6th, struck out in the 4th. Takes ball 1. 1-0. 5-5 ball game. Bottom of the 8th inning. Highclimbers have 2 on. Hitzman over at second. Falcon Johnson at first. And Matt Osberg pops one out of play. That'll be 1-1. Pitch to the plate, fastball swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Osberg. Two out, 2 on. 1-2 count to Osberg. Pitch, swing, and that'll do it for the inning. So the Highclimbers leave 2. We head to the top of the 9th, still tied at 5. We'll be right back. Space Web TV powered by HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Top of the 9th inning. 5-5 ball game. Austin Ramsfield still in there to try to close this thing out. And the Tides are going to lead off with top of the order, Jordan Hayworth, followed by Kieran Peterson, and then Dimpy Wolf. Hayworth walked in the 6th, lined out in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd, and ground out in the 1st. Kind of reminds me of a game Shelton played years ago against, I think it was Capital, that went over a couple of days. They call it due to darkness and then weather, and yeah. Pitch is a ball. 1-0. 5-5 ball game, extra innings here. We're in the 9th. Here's a grounder foul. So 1-1. Ramsfield shakes off that sign, and he gets the next one. Pitch to the plate. It's low. Ball 2, 2-1. Pitch to the plate. That's ball 3, 3-1 to Hayworth. Pitch to the plate, and there is a leadoff walk. No, I'm going to call that a strike. It's 3-2 to Hayworth. Ramsfield with the pitch. That one's belted. That's fair up the third base line. Hayworth is going to go for 2. He's going to hold up there. And the go-ahead run is on second for the Tide. And that will bring up Kieran Peterson. Nobody out here. Top of the 9th inning. And I think Ramsfield's going to... Well, yep, Ramsfield is going to be done, but good work for him, and that'll bring in Falcon Johnson to close this thing out. So as Falcon does his warm-ups here in the 9th, Ramsfield's going to go over. He's going to play third. Anyway, so we'll let you know that when we come back as Falcon does his warm-ups. We'll be right back. The pitching change in a moment.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Vehicle collisions are the #1 killer of teens in the U.S., taking 8 young lives every day. And speeding is a factor in more than half of teen fatal car crashes, but we can prevent these tragedies. Talk with your teen about staying safe behind the wheel. Remind them to follow the speed limit and adjust their driving for road conditions. Keep the conversation going and be the driver you want your teen to be. It's not just good parenting, it's a matter of life or death.
So 1 on and nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning, 5-5 ball game. Max Falcon Johnson on in relief of Ramsfield. They'll switch positions. Ramsfield will go play third. Falcon on the mound, and there's 1 on. There's a runner over at second, and that's Hayworth. And a batter for Gig Harbor is Kieran Peterson. Pitch to the plate. And it's low ball 1. Falcon gets his line high on the pitch. 2-0. Again, he's got Hayworth over at second base, representing the go-ahead run here. Pitch to the plate. Strike 1. 2-1 is the count now. Nobody out here in the 9th inning. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 2-2. That one's popped up out of play. Count remains 2-2. Pitch to plate. Swung on. That one's knocked foul. Still 2-2. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth for Gig Harbor. They do have the go-ahead run at the second in Jordan Hayworth. It's a 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled off. The fastball. Still 2-2. Peterson waiting for the pitch. Johnson looks back at second. Goes to the plate. That's strike on the inside. That's out number 1. And it's a strikeout. No, actually they didn't say a strikeout. I'm sorry, that's not a strikeout. No, that is a strikeout, sorry. That's going to be a intentional walk to Dempsey Field. Peterson is out, and an intentional walk to Dempsey Field. It puts runners at first and second, and the batter is number 8. To check to see who that is. Just a moment. First pitch to him. Strike 1 called. That's Dessert. Cabe Dessert is the batter for Gig Harbor. Has a 0-1 count. That was a swing and a miss and a strike. So 0-2 is the count now. Falcon Johnson on the mound. Has 1 out and 2 on. Looks back at second again. Throws to the plate. It's high. Ball 1, 1-2. Runners at first and second for the Tide. 5-5 ball game. Top of the 9th inning. Pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss and a throw over to third. Not in time, and safely over there is Hayworth. So that is 2 down for the Tide here. Runners are at the corners. And that brings up Cole Smith for Gig Harbor. Winning run at third, or the go-ahead run at third. Runner goes. That one's a strike off of a foul. Runner at first went. That's Wild over at first. So pitch to the plate. Strike 2 called. 2 out, 2 on for the Tide. Runners are at the corners. Hayworth is at third. He's the go-ahead run. And actually, Wild did go to second on that strike. And there's a little foul tip. Stays 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. That ends the inning. The Tide leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Potentially last chance here for the Highclimbers. Tie ball game 5-5. Head to the bottom of the 9th.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Heading to the bottom of the 9th inning, 5-5 ball game. Highclimbers and Gig Harbors knotted up. Gig Harbor, Highclimbers and the Tide knotted up in a good one. I just lost one of my cameras. But the Highclimbers are going to send up. Let's see if I've got this right. Max Johnson, Ty Smotherman, and Austin Ramsfield. That's who I have due up. And leading things off is Max Johnson. Max struck out in the 7th, had a base hit in the 6th. He was walked in the 4th and struck out in the 2nd. Tie ball game here. The first pitch was a ball. Next pitch, swing and a miss by Johnson. That's 1-1. It's a pop-up out of play. Yep. So it's a 1-2 to Johnson. Next pitch, that's a ball, bounces to the catcher, 2-2. And that is a strikeout, and Johnson is one away here. Brings up Ty Smotherman. Got hit by a pitch. So the winning run is over on first. That'll bring up Austin Ramsfield. Ramsfield walked his first 2 times at bat, in the 7th and the 6th. Go ahead, run at first. And Smotherman. Strike 1 called. 0-1. 1 out, 1 on for the Highclimbers. Pitch, ground ball back to the pitcher. Throw over to second for 1, and then to first for the other and that will end the inning. So we head to the 10th, still tied at 5. We'll be right back to Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
So we head to the 10th inning. 5-5 ball game. Falcon Johnson is still on the mound for the Highclimbers. And he is facing Ike Similar, who takes a strike. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. Next pitch. Strike 3 called, 1 out for the Tide here in the 10th inning. And that will bring up Douglia, takes a strike as well. So 0-1. There's a swing and a miss. That's strike 2. 1 away. And an 0-2 pitch. Leah, he'll foul that one out of play. So 0-2 is the count. 1 out, nobody on for the Tide here. Pitch to the plate. There's a pop-up. Gonna be caught out there by Denning, and that's 2 down. Lost that counter in the outfield, so apologize for that. So there's 2 away for the Tide here in the 10th. That'll bring up Max Keene. Pitch, strike. That'll be strike 1. Somehow I got strike 3s on there. So there's 2 out, nobody on. And there's a ball 1 on that little curveball. 1-1 is the count. Top of the 10th inning, 5-5 ball game. Pitch to plate. Strike 2 called. And down go the Tide in the 10th. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 5. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
So we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. Still knotted up at 5-5. Hayworth out there for on the mound for Gig Harbor. And it'll be the top of the order. Wade Smotherman, Caleb Hitzman, and Brendan Engstrom due up here in this inning for Shelton as the sun starts to go down. Pitch to the plate. High and ball one. Highclimbers for the game, by my count, have left 13 runners. There's a foul back. Unable to drive in 13 players here. So it's a 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter for Shelton here in the 10th inning. Takes a ball 2-1 to Wade Smotherman. And there's a foul right into the third base dugout. Nice job getting out of the way of that one, gentleman, over there for Gig Harbor. So it's 2-2. Nobody out. Nobody on. This is the leadoff batter for the Highclimbers in the 10th. And that's high ball 3. And that is a full count to Wade Smotherman. And that's a walk to lead things off for the Highclimbers. And that'll bring up Caleb Hitzman. And Deemer will come in and run for Smotherman. So the hitter with a runner at first for Shelton is Caleb Hitzman. Hitzman walked in the 8th inning. So he got a hit in the 5th. Scored a run in the 2nd and struck out in the 1st. Spun him around on that one, ball 1. 1-0. Deemer's on first base for Smotherman. Some speed out there. There's a ground ball. It's going to get to the shortstop. One Hitzman beat out the throw to second or to first, but there is one away as Deemer's caught at second. So one down for the Highclimbers, but one is still on. And that'll bring up Brendan Engstrom. Lined out, hit by a pitch, walked. It's a ball 1. Caleb Hitzman, the winning run is over at first. Engstrom. Pitch outside. Ball 2, 2-0 to Engstrom. Hitzman takes his lead. Throw over to first. And he's back safely. Another throw over to first, and Hitzman is back safely. Another throw over to first. That's 3 consecutive throws to first. Hitzman is back safely each time. Oh, and that one's over. That gets through. Hitzman's heading for second. He's going to motor over to third, and he slides in safely. Sorry about that. Couldn't get the camera switched fast enough, but Hitzman is in scoring position on 4 consecutive throws to first, and the 4th one got over the head of the first baseman, and Hitzman is over at third now. Engstrom, the batter, he has 2 balls and no strikes at this point. There's 1 away. And then they're going to walk Engstrom. So that'll put runners at the corners, and then they're going to walk Falcon. So that'll load the bases, and that'll bring up Trey Denning. He walked in the 7th, had a double in the 4th, and had a single in the 2nd. So the bases are loaded. Infield is in. First pitch to Denning is a ball. Another pitch, swing and a miss by Denning. 1 out, 3 on. Bases are loaded for the Highclimbers. Denning has a 1-1 count. Pitch from Hayworth. Belted. Is that going to drop in? No, it's caught. Tagging and scoring is going to be Hitzman. Game over. Highclimbers pull it off with a sacrifice fly. So Trey Denning with a sac fly to end it, and it is a 6-5 final here at Highclimber Field. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. It's been a long game. Get a little worried about lighting. We'll be back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Well, it is a final here at Highclimber Ball Field. The Shelton Highclimbers needed 10 innings, but they squeak out one over Gig Harbor 6-5 on Trey Denning's sacrifice fly. They brought in Caleb Hitzman for the winning run here in 10 innings. There's so much to talk about, but I'm running out of battery power, so that'll be pretty much the end of what we're doing here today. Let's see here. Next up for Shelton, they travel to Lakes tomorrow for a makeup game against the Lancers, then return to South Sound Conference play Saturday night at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, where they will play Yelm. Gig Harbor, by the way, travels to Timberline on Monday. Our next broadcast is Friday when the Shelton fast pitch softball team hosts River Ridge. First pitch is 4 o'clock. And that does it for us here at Highclimber Field. Final again, Shelton 6, Gig Harbor 5 in 10 innings. And we will talk to you on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.